Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of the Pressure Point podcast. We have hit double digits. How good's that?
I never thought it would happen.
Oh mate, jeez, can't believe we're 10 episodes in. It's ridiculous.
It's flown by. It's gone real quick. It's real quick.
Oh, there's been a lot to talk about, so it's absolutely fun. Well, it's been a month now. This has been a month. It's been a month since we launched.
It's been a month.
Yeah. So, geez, and a lot has happened in that month, and a lot has happened in the last few days as well. Melbourne in absolute crisis mode.
We're going backwards. We're going backwards as a state. It's unbelievable.
It's yeah. So obviously, unless you've been living under a rock, we've gone back into lockdown for another 6 weeks. So yeah, not great times, not fun times, considering we've just slowly moved out of it and now we're going back into it. So it's yeah. So it looks like there's just another long road ahead for us, but thankfully all the Victorian teams got out when they did. Otherwise, we would have been in serious trouble, AFL-wise.
Well, some were pushing it, weren't they? I mean, you had Tom Lynch, for example, with a broken finger, had surgery on the day if he didn't make it by midnight.
On a private jet as well, wasn't he?
Private jet with Brendan Gale, so living the high life. Breaking a finger's not all bad. But if he didn't get there by midnight, thankfully he did, the whole squad would have had to quarantine and not be able to train or play for 2 weeks. So
it's crazy, isn't it? So,
it's unbelievable what's happening.
Although Victorian teams have all gotten away to some sunshine, as we were talking about before with the videos. The Carlton boys look like they're having fun.
Carlton boys having some classic catches poolside. It's not a bad state.
Jeez, what a hub life would be.
I tell you what, if you were, like I was saying, young, without a family, single bachelor playing AFL footy right now in Victoria, you'd love it.
Yeah, just a holiday with your mates pretty much, and you get to play footy on the weekend.
And they're allowed to do whatever they want. They're not stuck in restrictions like we are down here. So unbelievable.
Exactly right. So so tough times here in Melbourne, but at least we've got footy to still watch on the weekends, which is a positive. Exactly. Considering, last time we were locked down, there was no sport.
There was
footy.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You can only watch so many replays, so I'm glad we're back.
Yeah, so that helps. But with the games this weekend, it is the first time since the 1950s that no team has had a home game.
It's an unbelievable stat, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. So that's since, what would that be? Just after the war, maybe, around that time? So
yeah, the war, I think, ended 45.
Something around that.
Not a historian,
neither
but I think it was around
I'm just taking a stab in the dark there. So it's crazy. So not one team's going to have a home ground advantage this weekend, which is, really evens it up, which would be good to see. It'd be something different, that's for sure.
Well, no one's got the advantage, do they?
Yeah. So, it's weird, like Richmond hosting Sydney at the Gabba, Carlton hosting the Bulldogs at Metricon. Ridiculous. So, but no, it should make it pretty exciting, and definitely levels it up. It makes it, I reckon, harder to tip.
Well. 100%. Yeah. 100%. Because some teams you tip purely on where they're playing.
Yeah.
So this takes that away from the game, which is good. Makes the game a bit more exciting.
And another big thing to come out of the week, actually, just today, was the VFL season getting cancelled.
Yeah, scrapped.
Huge news.
Year. Well, which, I mean, it was always coming. All the local leagues and all that were cancelled. The VAFA, the SFL, all those were cancelled for the season. So it was only a matter of time.
Well, it wasn't too long ago when they announced that the VFL was going to return in August. So, and then, things changed that quickly.
Well, even far back as I was saying that some of the teams like the lower leagues up in Queensland and all that, and we're going to come down and play and join the VFL.
That's right. Yeah.
So the NEFL and some of the names slipped my mind, but the NEFL are going to come play in the VFL, and now we're gone. So how the tables have turned
very quickly. Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I think that's gonna really hurt the VFL. I reckon. Already clubs they struggle. Like just playing every weekend just keeps them afloat. And
like Franks and Dolphins, for example, they folded a couple of years ago.
Exactly right. Yeah, so it's going to be tough for them. Let's hope that they can all survive this and be back next season. But the VFLW, that's still planning to go ahead?
Yeah, so they're still planning on going ahead. I mean, obviously it's a month-by-month case. Have to wait and see, but they're still talking. They want it to go ahead. There's no plans on cancelling it at this stage.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, very good for the girls, because especially since the AFLW season got cut short, and a lot of them do play both leagues. So it'll be good to see it continue.
That's really good. Well, that's pretty much the only good news to come out of this week anyway. But we'll get into the games this weekend. So we'll start on Thursday night. We've got Geelong and Brisbane at the SCG.
It's going to be weird to get used to. Who do you reckon the SCG advantage is more?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
See, both clubs to me both play in havens almost. Like Geelong have got, obviously down at Cardinia Park there, and then the Gabba is a fortress for the Lions. So for them to play at the SCG, I feel like it might suit the Lions a bit more open space for them. But I don't know, it's a tough one.
Yep. I think the Lions, and because they're playing better footy.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can trust Geelong too much, especially away from Geelong.
Even in Geelong these days.
Yeah, exactly right. So
Gold Coast gave them a run last week. So.
That is true. Yeah. So it's as we said before, it is hard to tip this round, and this one is one of those games. Toss of the coin between this one and the Port Adelaide Giants game as the match of the round, but this will be a really good game on Thursday. Jack Stephen being rested.
Yeah, well, he's coming off a 5-day break. So,
okay. Yeah.
I mean, he has played a little less, had less training and all that, some of the other players, due to everything that obviously happened. So, I think it'll be a good, I think it's a good decision on the Cats' behalf, not overworking him too early in the year. I mean, it's only 17 season, year. We don't want to push him too much. I think that's a good decision on their behalf. But in saying it as well, we've got Dane Zorko coming back from a calf injury.
He is. Yeah, that's a huge in for the Lions.
Oh, he's massive for them. Yeah. He's a great player.
Yeah, and I think with Zorko back, I think the Lions should get the job done there.
Yeah,
I'm going to tip him.
I'm tipping the Lions as well. I can't see Geelong topping them at this stage.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get on to the Friday night game. It's between Collingwood and Hawthorn. Again, a really tough one to tip. The Pies have really dipped in form, and Hawthorn came off a pretty big loss in the end against GWS last week, but before that they were showing pretty good form. So yeah, it makes this a tough one. Obviously, Collingwood got a lot of players out still.
I was going to say, I think that'll hurt the Pies this week. Some big names like DeGoey and Sidebottom, obviously. Howe still out with the knee injury.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely going to hurt, especially against the Hawks. The Hawks are a good side. They dipped, as you said, against the Giants, but they're not a bad side. So I think they'll make the Collingwood will feel it definitely.
Definitely, yeah. It'd be a tough one to tip. And geez, that to-go-y thing caused a bit of debate last week, didn't it?
Oh boy, we got a few reactions out of that, which is what we're looking for. We want that debate.
Shout out to Matt Suter. He's gave us some very honest feedback, and we love it. I love your passion, Suits. It's great. Just keep it coming, mate. We love that sort of debate. It's good, and I love how passionate you are about your team. That's what we love here on the podcast. So
that's the reason we started the podcast.
Exactly right. So keep them coming, Suey. But yeah, for this one, I think I'm gonna go the Pies.
The Pies?
Just.
Well, it would be exciting because Collingwood are debuting a father-son recruit, Will Kelly, this week. So it'd be good for him to come in and get a win. But I think I'm going to have to go the Hawks. The Hawks have had a good record against the Pies. Have won 12 out of their last 13. I don't know. And I think Collingwood's out to just going to hurt him. I think the Hawks will take him.
All right. So the Saturday games, we've got, the first one, the early one on the Saturday, we've got Freo and St Kilda at Metricon Stadium. Again, just sounds even more bizarre. Freo coming off their first win last week. Will they make it 2 in a row? I'm not sure.
I don't know. The only thing going for the Dockers, I think, is that they're familiar with Metricon. They've played there the last, 5 rounds. So it could help, but the Saints are in fantastic form.
They are. But can the Saints win away from Marvel is the question.
I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll find out this week. And obviously the Saints were very, very impressive last week. So it'll be interesting to see how they back it up. I don't know. You're going to tip the Saints? I think I'm going to go with them.
I'm tipping the Saints as well.
Yeah.
I'm tipping the Saints. I really want to see how Jack Steele plays as well. He had a good performance against Paddy Cripps last week. Do you reckon he'll come up against Fife?
Is his Fife back?
I'm not 100%. If Fife is back, do you see them playing?
Yeah, I just similar body types.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or do you reckon Steele might do more of his own thing this week?
I think Steele will go if Fife plays, Steele goes to Fife.
Yeah, you'd think
if Fife
so.
doesn't play, then probably Steele just does his own thing. But I think he'll go to him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I'm tipping the Saints. I still think they're a stronger side than Freo, even away from Marvel.
Yeah, Saints it is. All right, so we've got West Coast and Adelaide at 3:00 at the Gabba.
I don't even know what to say about games involving the Crows anymore. We
can almost skip through them.
We can almost just pass right over. There's nothing really exciting happening down at Adelaide, is there?
It's hard to make a case for them. That's for sure.
They're not giving anyone anything to hold on to. So. I don't know. It's tough, and the West Coast will be another side looking to back up a win with their last game in Queensland. So hopefully they'll be trying to go with a bang, I'd imagine.
Yep, have some form going into their WA stretch, I guess.
Oh, exactly right. Well, they've got the big clash next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely they'll be running in hot.
Yeah, I think West Coast very comfortably here.
Oh, yeah. We're West Coast, definitely. 100%.
Obviously. All right, and the other game on Saturday is Melbourne and the Gold Coast at Giants Stadium.
It's just weird saying the stadiums at the end of every game. Well, great opportunity for the Suns to get back on the winners list after I want to say narrow loss to the Cats. They were in it most of the game, so
I thought they were very good against the Cats.
Yeah, so
three quarters.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think it'll be they'll be running in red hot to try and beat them. And the D's don't really have like Adelaide. They're not giving much.
Yeah, I think if Melbourne were to drop this, geez, if the heat's not already on them, it's going to come firing at them after this game. But in saying that, I'd expect Gold Coast to win, considering the way that they've been playing this season, in comparison to Melbourne.
Yeah, well, they've been playing exciting football.
Yeah.
They've been good to watch, which I haven't been able to say about Gold Coast ever.
Yeah.
So it's really good to watch them play at the moment. And yeah, like you said, Melbourne have a bit like Adelaide. They're just, I don't know, I can't enjoy watching them play football at the moment.
They've been a bit more competitive than Adelaide.
Oh, definitely more competitive, but they're still lacking in areas that they really shouldn't be, especially, as we've said numerous times, especially, only so recently playing in a prelim and having such a good season.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. Although, they'll be coming up at Gold Coast Suns to let their star and our Lord and Saviour, Matt Rao.
Brings a tear to my eye.
The man's getting surgery to miss at least 12 weeks. That hurts.
Can he win the Rising Star? No, I don't think so. Not with 4 or 5 games under his... No, it's not enough. It wouldn't be fair if you won it with 5 games.
No way. Well, it's like in the NBA, and they were talking about Zion Williamson taking the Rookie of the Year award away from Ja Morant, and Zion missed half the year.
It's not fair,
and you wouldn't have thought so.
Nah.
Well, let's just see how everybody else plays, though.
It's true, but if Matt Rowell... So if he's out for the season, he's eligible to win it next year. Because he's under that age bracket. Yeah, and he didn't play enough games this season, so he'll just win it next year, won't he?
Well, exactly right. For him, this is no big deal. Then he knows he can still win it. But you know what? It honestly wouldn't surprise me. It would surprise me, but it depends how the other, or rookies, if you want to call them, how they all go this year. Have any others really stood out to you that you think they'll just have a real...
Well, you got Max King, who's done pretty well so far.
He's playing pretty well.
Yeah, and then you got Tom Green. They're probably the other two.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If to be fair, if Matt Rowell hadn't been playing, Tom Green would probably be winning Rising Stars most weeks. So yeah, you know what? I reckon Tom Green will probably win it now. Rowell's out of the.
But Matty Rowell could be winning the Brownlow at this stage anyway. So
well, he's definitely up there in the pressure point medal. So
absolutely, it's shattering that we can't give him more votes. But all the best, Matty. So the other game on the Saturday night, we've got Essendon and North at Metricon. Bombers without Stringer. That's a huge loss for them.
Especially after his performance. He was very, very good last week. Yeah. And he's just an important player. He's very important for them. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And North will be coming in hungry after a couple of losses and had a good start to the year. And I'll be looking to get that form back.
Yeah, they've dropped right off after round 2. Yeah,
I think it was about after we started pumping their tyres.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah. They've really let us down there. But yeah, North need to win. And they need to win.
They need to win big time. Yeah, 100%. So it'll, I know it'll be an exciting game, but I don't know what to say, but I still think the Bombers will beat North. I think they're in good form, especially with Dylan Shield playing the way he's been playing the last couple of weeks.
How do you actually feel about the Bombers?
I think they'll win this.
Yeah, Bombers for me as well. I've lost faith in North. All right, so the Sunday games, we've got Port Adelaide and GWS match of the round.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely match of the round. Port, well, everyone said Port couldn't beat good sides. That's why they're sitting top of the ladder. Came up against Brisbane last week. They lost. They'll be really looking forward to facing another top tier club, I reckon, and showing that, trying to prove everyone wrong, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's taken them seriously yet.
No,
just because of that fact that they haven't beaten anyone.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, I mean, and no one's going to take them seriously if they can't beat top tier teams. There's no, you know what I mean. You're down your skier. So
for sure.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a really interesting game. I reckon Port will come out hard. How do you think it'll go?
I'm going to tip Port, but GWS look good. Last couple of weeks they've looked really good.
Yeah, I'm running with the Giants. I just reckon they're too strong for Port Adelaide. Although I would like for Port to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to back Port in. If they can't beat GWS, then I don't think they're capable this season. Just because, if they want to go deep in finals and win the flag, they're going to have to play teams like GWS and Brisbane.
Oh, 100%.
So, and they need to be beating them. So I'm going to give them a chance in this game and tip them by a very close margin. All right, and we'll move on to the Tigers on the Sundays. Jeez, a few losses and you've been demoted to Sunday guys. What's going on there?
I knew this was coming. I tell you what, I went from a massive high last week up to finally getting a win since coming back to finding out half our team wasn't going to be playing next week. And the injuries we've suffered are going to hurt really bad, I think.
Are they all going to miss?
Well, hard to say. I mean, I know a couple of... Dion Presser didn't even fly to the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got, not injuries, but Shane Edwards, Basher Hooley both staying for family reasons, not travelling to the hubs.
Yeah.
So they're two big outs.
Yeah.
Tom Lynch wants to play, broke his finger, had surgery. Whether the club lets him play, don't know. Cochin, small hamstring, it's all up in the air. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll play any of them. We brought up enough, trying to think of the word of it, enough, depth.
Yeah.
We flew up enough depth players with us that I think we can cover them. Obviously not to the same extent, but no, I don't think any of them will play.
They're all huge losses.
Oh, they're massive. I mean, they're not... Yeah, they're all, premiership players, leaders of the club. So it'll hurt the Tigers definitely. And I'm, shattered to see. Although the Tigers are playing for the first time this year with a crowd. I know Richmond have played big off emotion. I wonder if it'll make a difference or not. I know
Tiger Army.
We got a few supporters in Queensland. Being there myself last year for the semi, I know we had a lot up there. So it'll be interesting to see if that makes a difference or not. 10,000 people cheering for him.
Yeah, I think it will. Obviously, I think they've come out and said it, haven't they? The Richmond players that they feed off that energy from the Tiger Army.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's. I mean, a lot of other clubs have this as well, but you know what it's like coming from another big club. It's something else. The energy
absolutely
the supporters give the team. So I think it'll be huge for them. Although, in saying that, Sydney are coming off a couple of losses and they're eager for a win. And what better way than to pounce on a wounded Tiger outfit, as you could say.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still going to tip Richmond just because you were pretty impressive last week. But geez, it wouldn't surprise me if Sydney did get up just with the amount of players that they've got out.
Yeah. Well, I'm tipping the Tigers as well, just because I'm aware of the depth that we've got, and I have faith in a lot of our players that are coming through. So I think they'll stick fat and they'll be all right. But yeah, I think it'll be very close. All
right. So the last game of the weekend, we've got the mighty Blue Baggers up against the Bulldogs at Metricon Stadium. Different for Carlton playing a Sunday game.
It's good to see them back where they belong. It was a bit uncomfortable watching them on a Thursday night primetime TV. I think Sunday night suits the Blues quite well. What do you reckon?
It's our first Sunday game for the season, so it just shows that...
Jeez, AFL dropped the 8 ball there. 6 rounds in and you're only just playing your first Sunday game.
Mate, Richmond's playing 2 hours before us, so how about you just pipe down there for a sec? Champ.
Sorry, sport.
But yeah, no, this is it is an interesting game, this one. Obviously the Bulldogs are red hot at the moment, and Carlton was in pretty good form until last week, so it's going to be interesting. This will really test to see where Carlton are at, I feel. Although being at Metricon instead of Marvel definitely helps the Blues
100%.
as
well. The Bulldogs are very much like Sydney in that they thrive at Marvel, so this will be a big help playing at Metricon.
St Kilda.
St Kilda. I was reading Sydney on the run sheet. St Kilda.
Yeah.
Oh, Sydney pretty good at the Marvel too. Don't you worry. They're all right as well. But yeah, St Kilda. And they've got the Bulldogs have Lockie Hunter coming back after this whole car accident COVID breach a few weeks ago.
Yep.
But then in saying that, they're also losing Bailey Smith, more than likely to concussion from last week.
Yep.
So evens it out a bit. But I think the Blues will definitely... The Bulldogs, I wouldn't say the barometer, but they're definitely a team, to beat for Carlton.
For sure. I think if the Blues can play like they did in rounds 3 and 4, I think they're a big chance of winning. And we've got a really good record against the Bulldogs as well over the last couple of seasons. We've knocked them off 2 or 3 times. So I think we're definitely, like, it wouldn't surprise me if Carlton did get up, but I still think the Bulldogs would be too strong.
Yeah. I want to tip Carlton, but just purely, I don't know what Carlton's going to run out into the ground. It's hard to say at the moment. I'm going to have to go the Doggies as well. Yeah. If Carlton, like you said, run out like they have rounds 3 and 4 every day, but yeah, it's just they're a bit unpredictable at this stage. So yeah I'm going with the Dogs too.
Cool. All right.
Moving on.
We are moving on to a debut segment that we've got here on the Pressure Point podcast.
What better way than on the 10th episode?
That's it. Exactly right. So it's called Spot On or Way Off. So I'm gonna read Quinn out a statement, and he's gonna let me know if it's spot on or way off. Is pretty much how it works. All right. So should Scott Morrison care more about the location of the AFL Grand Final?
Spot on. 100% he should be.
Yeah, mate, he's the Prime Minister of Australia, mate. AFL is the nation's game.
Our nation. I mean, obviously focus on your politics too. It's your job, but yeah, you definitely should. Have a bit of passion for the AFL, or worry about where it's going to be held.
Absolutely, and good on the reporter for asking him that in his press conference today.
Put him under the pump. It's what we like to see.
It was great. All right, give us your best.
All right. Well, my one is Lockie Hunter has only been given a game this week to replace an injured Bailey Smith, purely to repay him for bailing him out when he took him away from the car accident.
I think it's way off, but I'd love to say it's spot on. I'd love to say it's spot on.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that is good. I think that's way off. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that's a reasoning behind it.
It's a weird season.
It is. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened this year, that's for sure. All right. Essendon cannot play finals without Jake Stringer.
I'd love to say spot on, but I reckon way off. I think the Bombers I don't think Jake Stringer is important enough to be the factor of playing finals or not playing finals.
He's a game winner.
He is a game winner. He
made a massive difference on Friday night.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
I know, I just feel like Stringer at his best. If Stringer's playing his best, Essendon win.
Yeah, 100%. But my problem with Stringer is he doesn't do it every week.
Yeah, he's inconsistent. Yeah.
If he did it every week, I'd 100% say spot on.
Yeah.
But I'm reckon way off for this one.
Okay.
All right, for my last one. Getting the coronavirus is still better than attending an Adelaide preseason camp. There's a few other comparisons I could have used, but this was probably the most PG one I came up with.
The most politically correct one you could probably use.
And relevant to the times.
Yes. Jeez, I reckon that is spot on. Especially with the stuff that came out in the camp during the week.
Oh.
Far out.
I'll tell you what, I'd rather get coronavirus and be tied to a tree and have to get a knife to uncut myself. That's
bloody hell. Oh, but yeah, I don't know. People that have had coronavirus can probably argue against it, but I'm going to say spot on.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
All right, so that's our debut of spot on or way off. I reckon we might keep it running for future episodes. But yeah, feel free to give us your feedback on that. And if there are any statements that you want us to read out, we'd be more than happy to do them.
Slide into our DMs, let us know.
That's it. Always slide into our DMs. We love a good slide. All right, so that's us done for another episode. It's been a massive week in the history of the sport, and what a crazy week it has been for society in Melbourne. I can't look at you. You make that.
What's so funny, mate?
That statement that you did got me in stitches.
That's what I'm here for.
But yeah, no, it's been a massive week. As I said, in the history of the sport and in Melbourne in general. But yeah, please leave a review and share it with your friends. We absolutely love all the feedback and support we're getting from you guys. It's greatly appreciated. And be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel to see our ugly faces on your screen, which I'm sure you'd all love.
Well, there's a reason why we do podcasts and not TV. So
yeah,
still check us out. Still check us out.
But yeah, please tune in for our big round 6 review next week as we dissect the round that was. And make sure you stay safe and follow all the government guidelines so we can get out of this mess that we're currently in. It's tough times, but yeah, as long as we all stay safe and follow all the guidelines, we'll be right. But yeah, have a good weekend, and we hope your team wins.
Don't bulk buy toilet paper.
No, don't bulk buy anything.
Especially toilet paper.